You know,
I'm gay!
Hello.
figuring out this business about what exactly the game looks like and how it's structured is a lot of big, large ass.
I might be able to help with that.
Huh.
You're funny.
Oh. Now, but in all seriousness, with that in mind, I still think it would be interesting to discover how large Reverman that we know is. That is to say, how big is big. Reverman is really short. So, well...
After all the people that have come through of all shapes and sizes and ages that have failed to provide adequate answers
to predict how large the other's ass may be, do you agree that we can still do work in that sense?
Well... Of course we can.
Well good, so let's establish some guidelines. Here's what I've come up with so far. Number 1, let's not talk about the speedrunning community at all.
Enough said. Carry on.
Number 2, let's also not worry about layer. Let's not even try to talk about
The T word. The T word?
The Twilight Zone.
Yeah, let's not go there.
good. Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
Well, it might be good to take conservative estimates of these sizes, which means tending to underestimate instead of overestimate. I have a feeling these numbers are going to get quite large either way, so let's try to make them smaller so we can minimise that ascent into craziness. But who knows, maybe we'll abandon that idea and see where the numbers take us.
Yeah, I think either option is fine for us, and I think that will just about do it for our guidelines. So, where to start?
I suppose the obvious will do. We have to get a sense of how many
Gay!
there may be, and we can start this counting with the XXX system.
Good plan. As we know, the total possible range of any location coordinate is 10 cubed or 1,000 different locations to start with. That's pretty game. Now just because the portals go up to a billion different locations doesn't mean that there aren't more. These are just the ones that we are able to reach, presumably after they figured out how to reverse engineer these asks from the original prototype seen in the Edge. We still have so many more to talk about.
Yes, and that means talking about the next iconic symbol of the submachine series, besides lab portals, which is karma lab portals, and the locations they are connected to. Now, the number of possible karma portal locations is much more difficult to calculate, not because the way that I have planned is particularly difficult, but because we're not exactly sure if we should use it. As we all know, karma portal locations in the submachine universe have their own coordinates as well, but these are written in the form of 3 letters, not numbers. However, it's also made clear that the net coordinates for each karma portal location are not nearly as randomly assigned as they are to XYZ coordinate locations. For example, you have locations like CAT, CROTT, RMNLT, M8NNTT, NT, which is, very clearly, a good idea. But let's do it anyway.
I like little tornado. I like the way you think. Let's use the same method from before for the XYZ coordinates, but apply it to karma portals. Assuming the karma portals are made of karma portals, letters from the English alphabet, instead of having 10 cubed locations, the number of karma portal locations alone jumps to 26 cubed locations, because there are 26 letters in the alphabet.
You're forgetting something. We have one karma portal location that drastically changes that number, V12, or V121857, named as such to reflect the name of the author of the location theory. This has numbers. So taking into account the 26 letters of the alphabet and the 10 digits, that gives us 36 to the 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 third karma portal locations. Total. Am I missing anything?
Just one thing. If that's truly the case, and assuming that none of the karma portal locations are also lab portal locations, that means that the lab portal locations are karma portal locations included in that number 36 cubed. So we'll have to subtract them out, which means taking out all the combinations that result in 3 numbers. That means that as long as we have at least one letter in the coordinate, it's a karma portal location. So the math isn't 36 times 36, it's 36 times 36 times 26, or 36 squared times 26. And that number written out is 33,696 possible karma portal locations. The numbers are already starting to add up.
Okay, so we currently have that many karma portal locations and 1,000 separate XYZ portal locations. But we're not done. Not by a long shot. Because there's another type of location we must talk about. Locations connected by root transporters and cipher plates.
Oh, well, that was abrupt. A shame we were on such a roll, too. LT, if you can still hear me somewhere, can you still hear me? Well, I guess not. I would like to say thank you for all the work that you've done to help the community with this question. It'll definitely be of much help, as we'll see in a second. Now let's go calculate this. 46,580. That's the estimated number of...
Gay!
That's an absurdly huge number.
Okay, now I'm interested.